Hi everyone, thanks for joining me today. We're in Lavington, British Columbia, and we're going to be heading east to Coldstream, British Columbia, which is just on the outskirts of Vernon. So we're the east side of Vernon. You can see on the map Vernon at the top there. And this is Highway 6. And this is the road that'll take you to Lumbee from Vernon. And you can go all the way to Nakusp, which is the way we came from. And this area here, I don't know, it might actually be Coldstream, but it's that little spot where we started actually referred to as Lavington, and there's a school there, a few businesses, a gas station, that sort of thing. As a mill, sawmill, I guess it is. And this is the back road, kind of avoiding the highway. It doesn't really take a whole lot longer than the highway. The speed limit's lower, but it's a nice drive. It's a little bit bumpy, like kind of whoop-de-doos and that on it. So it's you wouldn't really want to go any faster than you're supposed to. Like probably 50 kilometers an hour or something, I think, along here. Doesn't get a lot of traffic anymore, so I don't know if this was more of a main route at one time before the highway. But yeah, it's a nice little drive. Coldstream has quite a history in agriculture. It was originally a big, huge ranch, and it was actually probably more of an orchard. It was probably late 1800s, I guess, when it was kind of well known for that. And originally the area was settled because of it, and it was kind of the center of everything. And anyway, there's quite a bit of history on it. And there was a famous guy, I think he was from Britain, one of the, I don't know if he was one of the royal family. I can't remember, but I remember reading something about that he was the one that kind of started the Coldstream kind of orchard situation. And this, I think it encompassed this whole area because it was massive, apparently, at one time. There's still a lot of it. Coldstream Ranch still exists, and we're not going to really see any of it here. I don't think. It's more on the other side of the highway, so kind of downhill a little bit here. You can actually see the highway from here on the left the whole way, pretty much. A few farms and that, and then there are towards the end, before we cross back over the highway, you'll be in a fairly large subdivision. A little bit of haze in the sky. That's still from some forest fire smoke and that from around different fires. This is the beginning of October, end of September, beginning of October, so there was still just a little bit of stuff burning, not to any major degree like it had been the previous couple months, but yeah, it's still noticeable here off in the distance. So I think there was a fire on the right up the top of that hill as well. So up there is a lake called Becker Lake, and earlier in the summer there was a pretty good forest fire up there. I know a couple people that live kind of on a hill here to the right, and they were I think, evacuated and quite worried at one point there. Seems to be the reality now. It's yeah, if you live anywhere where there's trees and that in the interior, there's quite a risk of forest fires every summer now. It used to be a rare thing, like every, I don't know, 5-10 years there was something major, but now it seems like it's every year there's multiple fires, major fires. So like most areas in the Okanagan, there's, you get rattlesnakes in certain spots, primarily like south-facing slopes like this, because they get more sun and that. But yeah, there's also black widow spiders. I've seen a lot of them in the area here. Really quite noticeable. Not mistakable. If you see one, you'll know that's what it is. It's not just a black spider. They're like super shiny and really bulbous, and yeah, of course the little red hourglass. But the good thing is the rattlesnakes here, I think they're the Pacific rattlesnake, and they're about the least venomous variety, and they're not like gonna jump out and get you, but you'll see them occasionally on trails and that. I've seen them sunning themselves and that sort of thing. It's only going to be if you're messing with them or something that you'll probably get bit, and even still, it's only a certain percentage of the time that they actually inject venom. But it's not a minor thing, but it's certainly not as bad as the diamondbacks, eastern diamondbacks, and that sort of thing. The snakes they have down in the south, they're really venomous, a lot more venomous. But and there's a few other snakes, like I guess it's rat snakes or something, and they'll act super aggressive. But yeah, I've been a few instances where I've seen those things hiking around this area. Not a problem though, just it's more of an interesting kind of thing. There's also there's a park here called everybody refers to it like Rattlesnake Park, but I think it's Kalmalka Lake Park, Rattlesnake Point. But there's rattlesnakes there I've seen on the trail, and they also have lots of these little cactuses that kind of grow everywhere. They're protected, but I forget what kind they're called, but they're like little balls of cactuses, and they're meant to stick to your clothing, and then they fall off somewhere else and take roots, and so they're almost like a bunch of little balls. So you get them in the a dog, if you're walking a dog, they'll have them kind of in their fur and that, and unless you know what you're looking for, you'll walk right past them because they're not like massive things. Kind of interesting, especially if you come from somewhere like the coast where you don't see any of that sort of thing. So we're going to be getting to a spot. We're going to cross the highway here just up ahead. on the right side there, that's like their regional district offices, and the search and rescue building is there as well. So if you don't know, the Okanagan's really well known for, like I mentioned, fruit, orchards, that sort of thing. Also wine is quite a big thing now. They kind of really made a push for that, I think, in the 70s, and it took a number of years, but they've been, yeah, pretty prolific for, you know, at least since the 80s. There's been a lot of different wineries and that. So straight ahead, that hill there, the mountains, up on top, that's Aberdeen Plateau. There's a whole lot of lakes and different places to camp that really aren't busy at all. Like, yeah, pretty much that whole area. And you can go right down towards Kelowna up there, and yeah, so you can take a complete back road that's dirt roads and that, and pretty well traveled, so they're nice and smooth, and go to any number of spots up there. It's quite flat once you get up the original kind of hill there. So we're going to get up to Kalmalka Road up here, and we're going to be making a right. And this is pretty much the heart of Coldstream right here. And we'll stop right in front of the, I guess it's their city hall on that. But so I wanted to mention our next video on Saturday is going to be 1 year anniversary, where I've been doing 2 videos every week. But anyway, if you like this kind of thing, think about subscribing. Other than that, thanks for watching, and thanks to all the regulars who have been watching it for quite a while. And I'll catch you on the next one.